name is Oury, and this is my son Cole.
Hi.
I'm a battery engineer at General Motors, and Cole is a 5th grader going on 6th grader. I work on batteries at General Motors, and I'm really excited to do that. I work on batteries that power electric cars. And that's exciting because we're moving towards an all-electric future where we have cars that have 0 emissions. That means that the cars make no pollution as they're driving down the road. So we're here in my kitchen today because we're working and learning at home. So today we want to talk a little bit about batteries and do some learning about batteries. So we're going to learn about them, and then later on in the video we're going to build a battery.
Well, what are batteries?
Well, I think you and all the people watching know a lot more about batteries than they think. You're surrounded by batteries. They're all throughout your house, and they're powering your smart devices. You can use them to power things like flashlights, toys, remote controls, stuff like that. How do batteries work? Well, batteries store chemical energy, and what's going on inside the battery, it's kind of like a tug of war between 2 pieces of metal dipped in a liquid, and they're tugging over positively charged particles that are in the liquid. So when you dip metal into liquid, it dissolves just a little bit into the liquid. Hey Cole, what are some things you can think of around the kitchen that dissolve?
We have
Sugar.
Yeah. Salt.
So you got it.
Salt in the water, the ocean,
Yep.
sea.
So sugar and salt are 2 common things that dissolve in your kitchen. Well, it turns out metal also dissolves when you dip it in a liquid. Just you can't always see it. So even though you can't see it, it's still happening.
Some metals like to hold on to their molecules more than others, and this is where the tug of war comes in. If you dip 2 pieces of the same metal into liquid, nothing happens, because they each are tugging on those positively charged particles the same. It's like having 2 equally matched players in a game of tug of war.
If you dip 2 different metals into the liquid, something interesting happens. One metal pulls harder on those molecules than the other metal, and that means you get a voltage, and in that tug of war, the rope starts to move in one direction. When this happens, you've got voltage, and now you can do something with it. So, when you've got voltage in a battery, you can hook it up to something to do work, like move a car, or turn on a light, or power a smartphone. So let's make a battery. This is the part where we're going to make a battery out of common household items. We are going to make a battery called a zinc-nickel battery. How many different kinds of metal do we need?
2.
2 different kinds of metal. So one of the metals is?
Nickel.
And the other metal is?
Zinc.
All right, so where are we going to get nickel, Cole?
Actually, this is kind of funny. In the coin, nickel.
That's right. There you go. So
grab a
nickel coins actually have a lot of nickel in them. Now zinc is a little less obvious. We're going to do 2 different kinds here. One place you can get zinc actually is, again, from coins. So if you go to your piggy bank or ask your parents, it turns out pennies, even though they've got a nice shiny copper coating, on the inside they are mostly zinc. So we are going to use pennies.
And
okay? And we have an easier way to do it because with the pennies we're going to have to use a little sandpaper to get them ready. But also you could use
zinc washers.
Yes, zinc coated washers. So if you happen to have on your workbench at home or go to the home improvement store, you can get some zinc coated washers. They're super common, super easy. So you only need one of them. You need the pennies or the zinc coated washers. We're going to build both of them. Cole's going to do one, I'm going to do the other. But you only need to pick one of them. I recommend the washers if you can find them. Okay, we also need a liquid. So for the liquid, we're going to use
vinegar. Vinegar is a lot better at dissolving solids like metal, sugar, salt than say water.
That's right. Vinegar is better than water. You could maybe use water, but we're going to use vinegar. This is the same kind of vinegar you have in your kitchen that you would put in your salad dressing or things like that. Okay, then what we need is some construction paper. The construction paper is going to hold the vinegar because we're going to soak it, and it's also going to keep our metal pieces from touching. Then you need some tin foil. We're going to use this to make wires, and some tape.
We need tape. Also, if you are using the pennies, you're going to need this.
You're going to need sandpaper,
and obviously scissors.
Scissors. So talk to your parents, have them help you with the scissors.
Remember, always safety first. If you have safety goggles,
yep, we'll put these on at the right time.
If you have gloves, get some of those.
Okay, great. And the tape can be any kind of tape that you have around the house. I work on batteries, so of course I've got electrical tape around the house, but you can use masking tape, duct tape, whatever. So now that we've got our materials and our tools, let's start putting together our homemade batteries. Safety first, we're gonna start off, safety glasses, put them on. Okay, then the first step we need to do, if we're using the pennies, is we need to sand off the coating on the outside of the pennies. So get some sandpaper. I've got 220 grit sandpaper here, but you can use anything that's kind of in that ballpark. And we're gonna just take our penny, we're gonna put it, I like to use the tail side and put that down. I think the heads side is harder to sand. So we're gonna put the tail side down onto the sandpaper, and we're just gonna slide it back and forth. And we're gonna keep doing this until you can lift it up off the sandpaper. And what you wanna see is you wanna see that it's starting to look, instead of that brown copper color, what you wanna see is a silver color underneath. The next step is to get our construction paper, and we're gonna cut out what we call separators. That's gonna be the thing that holds the vinegar. It's also gonna be the thing that keeps our metal apart. So Cole, what I want you to do is I want you to take your paper and I want you to fold it. We're gonna kind of make it like a fan. You're gonna fold it back and forth on each other multiple times. This way, we only have to cut something out once, but we'll get multiple copies of that thing that we're cutting out. So fold it back and forth, about 1.5 inches big. Fold it 7 or 8 times, so you get about 8, we want 8 copies of these separators. Cole, get a nickel and place it on top of your paper. And I want you to, I'm going to give you this pencil and we're going to draw a circle 2 times. We're going to just cut out a bunch of these things, okay?
Okay. So if you're using nickels, trace the nickel. If you're using washers, trace the washer.
You got it. So very carefully with your scissors, cut through all of the layers on the line that you just traced. Maybe go just a little bit bigger than the line you just traced. And you're going to cut out a bunch of paper discs. So now that we've cut out our paper discs, we are going to pour some vinegar into a bowl. Pour about a 1/2 inch in there. A little more. Great. We're going to take all of the paper discs that we made and we're going to soak them in vinegar. So Cole, take your tin foil.
Okay.
I just want you to take an edge of it. I want you to fold it really thin. About 1/4 inch maybe. A nice straight line. Then you're just going to fold it again.
And again. And again.
And again. So we're using tin foil to make wires so we can hook our batteries up to something. Take the tin foil and fold it over on itself about 4 or 5 times. Then we're going to use scissors to cut it off, and we're going to do this 2 times. We're going to make 2 sets of wires. That's plenty. So, are you ready to put your battery together?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Cole is going to use his wires from his science kit, and I'm going to use the wires that we just made out of tin foil. So you're going to take a small piece of tape, and you're going to stick the wire to it. In this case, Cole's using his toy kit wires. I'm just going to use the tin foil. Then we're going to take one of our coins and stick it on there as well. And that's how we're going to start out our battery. Now that we've got the top and the bottom of our battery ready, we're going to start stacking it. So here's what you got to do, Cole. You want to take one of those pieces of construction paper that have been soaking in vinegar, and you're going to place it on top of your bottom. Great. So you started with a washer. Now you want to take a nickel. Then you're going to put a washer right on top of that nickel, metal to metal. And then another piece of orange construction paper. So just keep repeating that pattern. Try to get at least like 5 layers of it going. The more you get, the more voltage you'll get. But like I said, it'll get a little wiggly as you keep going, so don't worry too much about stacking it to the ceiling. If you're using pennies, put the silver colored side of the penny towards the paper.
This is
So
looking
go
pretty
paper,
good. I think I need 1 or 2 more
penny,
layers.
nickel, paper. Paper, penny, nickel, paper. Now that we've got everything stacked, we are going to tape it all together. This is where that electrical tape is going to come in handy. So Cole, you're going to hold it, and I'm going to wrap it. Don't give up if this doesn't work the first time. Sometimes your stack might fall apart as you're trying to tape it, and you can just try again. Okay.
Okay, there we go. I think
Wrap
we're doing
around
it.
the bottom.
I think we're doing it.
I think we are too. I think we're almost there. Get it nice and tight. Once you've got it stacked and holding itself together, we can take more tape and we can stack it together tighter. So try not to let your wires touch. Nothing bad will happen, but it'll discharge your battery. Try not to let your wires touch. Batteries are a lot more exciting when they actually do something. And electricity is invisible, and so it's not always easy to see the cool thing that you just did. So we're using a digital multimeter. Cole, let's check that one more time.
Okay,
And
red to red, red to red.
Let's see if we got positive and negative right. So positive,
we did. Yeah.
Okay, so you're at 2.7 volts. Let's see what I was able to do.
Yeah.
I am at 3.5. Woo! All right. It's called an LED, or also known as a light emitting diode. This is the technology that makes your smartphone screen light up and things like that. And what's cool about this is we're gonna see if we can actually turn this on. Now, a diode only lets electricity flow in one direction, so you gotta put positive here and negative there. Hold on. This one we gotta get on tape.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna get real close because it's gonna be tiny. Okay, are you ready? Did it work? There you go. That light is on. Okay, unplug it so we can see it go off. Off, on, off, on. So this one had about 3.7 volts on it. I don't have any fancy connectors, so let's just see if we can make it work.
You get one.
Now, I don't remember which side is positive and negative, so
Let's just.
I'm gonna make sure our wires don't touch. Okay, so that one, hold on. Let's turn around the light. There you go. It works.
Wow, that's really a lot brighter. Get it close up.
Okay, yeah, it worked pretty well. I guess a little bit more voltage made it a little brighter, didn't it? Okay, go for it. There you go. Let's get the whole thing in there. So here we have pennies and nickels turning an LED light on and off. What did we learn today? A couple of things. Batteries. You're going to dip 2 different metals into liquid. That's right. Batteries, you're dipping 2 different metals into liquid. And what does that make?
Electricity.
That's right. You get voltage and electricity. And we can use that electricity to power things. We can use it to power remote controls, flashlights, LEDs, batteries, and even cars. So there's different sizes and types of batteries. And you know, we really need kids like you, Cole, and all of you kids watching. We need you guys to learn about science, technology, engineering, and math so that we can engineer really cool stuff in the future. Thank you very much for watching us build batteries. I hope you have a safe and fun adventure at home copying our activity.